It's a lifestyle change.
Yep.
You're like me, you have that chance. There's sure some people there. Why?
This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. In accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. This meeting of Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, was published in the Courier News and Star Ledger and placed on the borough's website and bulletin board at Borough Hall. A copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of this statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Council members, Teresa Bonner is excused this evening. Andrew Conti.
Here.
Glenn Zaney.
Here.
Randy Pitts.
Here.
Gina Stravic.
Here.
And Roger Vroom is excused this evening.
All right, please stand for the salute to the flag, and we have an honored guest here tonight, a young man named Paul Fusen. He's from Troop 83, and he's working towards his communications badge on his way to...
Eagle.
You got it. Awesome. So, anytime you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, motion for approval of the minutes of August 18th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Zaney.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Abstain?
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay, no departmental reports or notices. Proclamations, we have two. We do not have anybody here to accept them. One is for Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and the other is Diaper Need Awareness Week. Kevin, we'll make sure that they get those two get into the right hands.
Sure, Mayor.
Thank you. Committee reports. Let's start with Andrew.
Historic Advisory Committee met this month. We had a in August. They had conversations about the ongoing renovations at Borough Hall and the work that's going on there, as well as discussions about the upcoming. There's like a historic activity weekend that's coming up where we're gonna across Somerset County. They're doing a few things and we're participating in it, which is great. And our plaque and monument map also came up again, as well as our section of the master plan when we get to it. So.
Good. Excellent. Great. Thank you. Gina.
The Board of Health has not met for the summer. The Somerville Rescue Squad continues its good work to the community. They will be dedicating next week a ambulance to the memory of Roy Gunzelman and Glenn Barry. So they're having their own internal festivities, but it's very nice to see our locals who gave so much time and energy to the rescue squad and on Roy's behalf, the fire department, to be honored in this way. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Glenn.
Great. Thank you, Mayor. The Environmental Commission sent out their quarterly newsletter this August that highlighted many of the recent activities, including mostly the work to expand native habitat, increase biodiversity, and engage the public through the Peters Brook Restoration Grant. So be on the lookout for things happening down there between High Street and Bridge Street. And there will also be opportunities to volunteer to help out there this fall. Registration is also open for a seminar entitled Climate Proof Your Yard that is co-hosted with the Native Plant Society of New Jersey, which will be held here on September 15th at 7 p.m. You can find all the details out on the socials and on the website. The next meeting will be held next Tuesday, September 9th, right here at 7 p.m. And then for the fire department, they've been very busy this August. They had 50 different calls, including building fires, elevator alarms, gas leaks, and 31 different fire and carbon monoxide alarms that they've responded to, which brings the department's total calls to date to 450. And then I have one note that I'm going to read from the rec department as well. The rec department will be holding a senior luncheon at the American Legion Post 12 for any residents 55 and over. It will be held on October 5th from 12 to 2, And it says to join them for lunch from local restaurants to help shape next year's senior programs. Come share your ideas for classes, events, and activities that you would love to see in 2025. There will be a basket raffle and other great things happening there. You can always call to find out more, 908-704-6985. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Brett?
I have no police department updates, and with Dana from the DSA being in the audience, I'll leave it up to her.
All right, with that, let's go into introductions. We have with us tonight Dana Kessel, and we've asked her to come to the council to introduce herself. She is the new executive director for the Downtown Somerville Alliance, the DSA, and I will say you've hit the ground running. There's a lot in the air with the Jazz Fest coming up. There's a lot, and I know you're very, very busy, but you do it with enthusiasm, you do it with a smile, and I think our town's in good hands, our downtown's in good hands. So if you want to come up maybe and just talk a little bit about you and give us a brief background.
So my name is Dana Kessel. I am a former high school history teacher and district administrator. Done everything from funded programs. I was a high school principal, and I owned my own business. I owned a Goddard school for many years. My husband and I also own a business in Rahway, New Jersey. I kind of had spent over 30 years in public education, and I saw this opportunity, and it's a lot of transferable skills. A lot of what we do in terms of grants, in terms of initiatives, in terms of events. If you can run a high school, you can pretty much run a business. There are a lot of very, very cool things happening. Obviously, we've got the Central Jersey Jazz Fest coming up in 2 weeks. A lot of great talent that's coming. We expect between 4,000 and 5,000 visitors to the downtown area. Fingers crossed for perfect weather, because it's rain or shine. And a lot of other events that go on. But the DSA isn't just about events. So there are 4 pillars that really define our work. One of them, of course, is marketing and increasing foot traffic, and that's where the events come in. But they all have to do one of 3 things. They have to be or at least 2 of the 3 things, actually. They have to drive foot traffic, and that foot traffic has to somehow translate into increased restaurant or retail sales for our downtown area. And that increases the economic vitality, which increases the entire stature of the borough of Somerville. So we have organization, things that we work on to keep our office running. We are a small but mighty office. I have 2 people who, report to me and do various things. We're working all day long, into the nights, into the weekends. It's a lot of work, especially from, I'd say May to the end of September. So that's a lot of what we're working on. But there's a lot of other things that we do too. There's the grants, because we do want to do a lot of infrastructure and beautification projects throughout Main Street, on Giardina, on Division, which will again increase foot traffic, make people feel safer, make it feel like it's just an amazing place to come and hang out. And then there's other types of things that we're working on, initiatives. One of them recently is a downtown Somerville dog-friendly initiative. And this is both a fun one, but it will translate, according to all of our research, in increased retail and restaurant sales in the downtown area. Research shows that now 70% of all American households have a pet. The large majority of those are dogs. And that people spend a great deal of money on their pets, and that they tend to spend a longer amount of time in areas where their pets are welcome. And so that will involve some infrastructure things that we currently don't have, like dog waste stations and green areas for dogs to, feel comfortable in.
Do their business.
And so we're working on that. And then we're going to have a big kickoff event, and we're in discussions right now with the Somerset Patriots. My entire staff is going to the Bark in the Park event tomorrow night. They're coming to our offices September 10th to discuss collaborations and sponsorships. We're also in discussions with Wakefern for the same thing. So it's just building up a lot of these kind of interest in what we're doing, and there is an enormous amount of interest right now.
Awesome. Excellent.
Thank you.
Great, comprehensive, and enthusiastic, and that's our downtown, so wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that. At this point, we'll open up the meeting to the public. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Public portion is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance for public hearing and adoption. This is ordinance number 2767, amending ordinance number 2661, authorizing and encouraging electric vehicle supply service equipment and make-ready parking spaces and creating Chapter 107-117 entitled Electric Vehicle Supply Service Equipment and Make-Ready Parking Space Regulations. This is an ordinance that contemplates, obviously, the proliferation of EV charging, EV vehicles, and anticipates it not only from a consumer demand standpoint, but also from a life safety standpoint. So I'll ask for a motion for the public hearing, to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Council members Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
All right, public hearing is now open. Hearing no public comment, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay, and a motion for adoption, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, I got something. So last time this came up and we spoke about it, we had talked about maybe amending some of this language, making it a bit more specific for combustible materials. I had also asked some questions about the parking deck exclusions and prohibitions. I just, at this point, I'm curious, we say parking facilities located within a mixed-use structures are prohibited from having electric vehicle chargers. Which parking decks that we currently have would be prohibited from having them under this? Are there any that are already built that would be prohibited from having an electric vehicle charger?
So that is one where you have mixed use. I don't think we have parking decks under mixed-use buildings, do we?
It says under or adjacent.
No. We've got the parking deck adjacent to the edge on Main Street, but it has been built for a couple of years now, and it has charging stations
Yeah.
that precede this.
Right.
And that's the only deck that I'm aware of that has anything other than the one just here.
Right.
So what prompted this change? Because I thought we had endorsed the state standards. And
So if you recall, there was a very large discussion both at the planning board and at this council table.
Right.
What prompted it was the development here, the last building here. And it's essentially, for lack of a better term, I'll call it a podium deck. So it's a deck underneath a residential unit, a residential building. The data nationwide is showing when these things burn, it compromises the structural integrity of a parking deck, or it has the potential to compromise the integrity. So not only are we dealing with a parking deck then, we're dealing with all of the residential units above a parking deck. And our emergency services looked at that and said, time out, folks. Both OEM and fire, and I would imagine squad would have some of those same concerns. We can't allow this without either an ability for this fire to be put out, which right now there really isn't a way to put out EV fires. It's containment at best. So FD looked at it and said, we not only have a problem with that type of structure where you have residential above it, from a firefighting perspective, but from a life safety of all of those residents and the structural integrity, not only of the deck now, you're talking about the structural integrity of the building as well. So that's what precipitated all of this conversation. Many discussions at the planning board, along with our fire professionals. They've weighed in on this and said, this is a good thing for us to implement and put in place. We've had many discussions here about this as well. So we've introduced it, and now it's up for adoption.
So, yeah, I don't think anybody here disagrees with trying to protect people. I don't think anybody disagrees with our fire professionals on this. I just think we need to have eyes wide open that what we're doing here, a little bit, some of this these requirements seem a little egregious and not exactly feasible from what the language is using in here. The other one is that this is going to cut down on the amount of electric vehicle parking that's going to be allowed in town. It's just eyes wide open, that's what this will do. It's not to say it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying that the way it's written will reduce the amount of electric vehicle chargers that are able to be built in town.
And that's not the intent, and that was discussed at the planning board as well. The intent here is to ensure that if there is a parking deck created, that it's a parking deck that doesn't put a residential or commercial space at risk.
And this doesn't preclude the developer from putting it outside, making a separate outdoor.
No.
parking
No,
space
but
either.
it would have to be pushed away a certain amount of feet
Right.
from the building. So
So there's options.
it makes sense, and that's kind of what we did. We created options that, what we don't want is it underneath. Second best is, okay, you can put it adjacent to it, but you can't put the EV charging next to. If there is structured parking, if it's kind of a hybrid, you have the ability to put the EV parking outside of where the residential units are. So we created those options with that full understanding that there are issues behind it, unintended consequences. And the planning board, I think, took great pains to try to account for a lot of that. So,
Can we make one revision in 5D, where we have the sentence, "The high heat covering may consist of a high heat rated ceramic tile used in steel smelting factories or used in aerospace industries to protect vehicles entering and exiting orbit"? I understand that this is, as I read it, just an example of what we are saying could be used as a heat rating tile or a heat resistant coating, and that the next sentence says the high temperature heat resistant coating shall be approved by the fire marshal. Is it necessary for us to make such an example? Could we remove it? The language about requiring ceramic tiles efficient enough to protect aerospace vehicles entering and exiting the orbit, while I understand the intent being we need something resistant to high heat, it just,
well, it says
for
may.
lack of a better
It
term,
doesn't.
feels a little silly to say in this context. I mean,
Not shooting off rockets.
heat resistant approved by the fire marshal, it could be that, it could be anything that's high temp heat resistant. I just don't want folks thinking that's the only solution, as it is obviously an extremely expensive one, if even feasible, viable to do.
Well, I think it says the high heat covering may consist of high heat rated ceramic tiles. And I think to your point, the fire marshal, the heat resistant coating shall be approved by the fire marshal.
Right.
That creates that.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying, do we need the example? Because the example just feels like a little over, more than what is needed in this situation.
Do we have the ability to change it at this point, Jeremy, if it's?
You could entertain an
Yes.
amendment, but I think the discussion is a valid one, whether or not it's necessary.
So we would begin D with the high temperature heat resistant coating shall be approved by the fire marshal.
No, we begin D with the way it begins, we just remove the one sentence with the example in it.
Such as,
The one that says the high heat covering may consist, we just take that one sentence out
Okay.
and leave the sentence that says, the rest of the language that's in there already.
Okay,
The sentence ends with the word orbit.
yeah.
Ends with the
Okay.
word orbit, yes.
Good catch.
So,
should the adoption go to a vote, it would be a vote on adopting the
so
as amended.
So what, we should entertain a motion to amend. Yeah, I think just to have it on the record.
All right, so I make a motion to amend by removing the one sentence from 5D.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
So this ordinance will not go back to the planning board with this amendment, since
Correct.
it's not substantial.
A yes vote is just on whether.
Just on the amendment, yeah, thumbs up or down.
Yeah.
Council members, Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay. So now,
Vote for the amended.
correct.
Without any
It's,
further discussion,
yeah, because the motion's on the table for it already. The amendment has been approved. So now, roll call.
Do you need a public hearing on the amendment?
Okay. Motion to open a public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay. Public hearing is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay. So, this is a vote on the ordinance with the amendment as noted. Roll call.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Do we have a motion and second on that?
Yes.
yes, I think that's.
Yeah, we have to get it up on
Prior
the
to
table.
the public hearing? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just repeat myself. Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Okay. All right, consent resolutions, and to be pulled off for further discussion. All right, 236, awarding a contract to W.E. Timmerman under Sourcewell contract for a trailer-mounted self-contained vacuum debris collector, as noted. 237 is accepting the resignation of Nasir Petties Jackson, effective August 16th, and request for payment owed to the borough for accrued time used in excess of the amount allotted in the amount of $1,179.36, due October 1. 238 is awarding a contract to Absolute Fire Protection as per quoted date August 21 in the amount of $1,474,909 with a trade of $414,000 for a sale amount of $1,060,909 under Sourcewell Co-op, quote, as noted for one E1 Cyclone 75-foot rear mount aerial. 239 is approving Chapter 159 from the National Opioid Settlement Trust. 240, authorizing a van with advertising to be placed next to the business located at 133 East Main. 241 is supporting the T-Mobile Hometown Grant application submission by the DSA for artistic improvements to the Giardina Walkway. 242 is amending Resolution 240903-266, adopting Oprah request form and appointing record custodians, substitute custodian, sub-custodians, and alternates. 243 is requesting the planning board to review the B5 zone specifically on Route 22. 244 is approving change order number 1 to a contract with Picerno Giordano Construction for Carol Pager Playground improvements for $7,306 for a new contract amount of $213,358. 245 is authorizing the sale of surplus property, being a 2009 Dodge Charger SE through municipal in accordance with state cooperative pricing system. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
All right, who's got bills and vouchers? Roger's not here.
But
That would be Councilman Stravic, the Assistant Vice Chair of the Finance Committee.
Well, doing this on the fly, I was not prepared, but it looks like we have a bills list totaling $358,092.97. Grand wires and manuals totaling $491,754.79 for a grand total of $849,847.76. And it's hard to read big numbers.
Is that a motion?
I will put that in a motion. Yes, so we motion to pay bills in the amount of $849,847.76.
second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members, Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Conti, I will ask you for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned.